and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to day 11 of Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. I am having so much fun this month getting all of those pins, and one of the things I find with getting our pins off our boards and looking at the various boards that we have with a scrapbooking or a crafty idea is it really gets us thinking out of the box. You'll see yesterday I used like an embroidery or a tile or a fabric pattern. We've used some home decor. You've seen Crystal use tiles. It really gets us thinking differently and pushes us out of our comfort zone or pushes our creativity just a little bit. Have you been using your pins? I'm telling you, I'm challenging you. Join us. If you have time today, it's the weekend. Go on, and if you're in your craft room and you're crafting anyway today, go onto your Pinterest board, grab a pin, and use it as inspiration. Maybe a sketch, maybe a scrap lift, but maybe take it that little extra step and go use a salad, home decor, fabric, and post it and tag me, tag Crystal on Facebook, on Instagram, or link us to your videos. So there you go. So today I am using this lovely pin that I got off of Christina's board. I'm trying also, as well as using pins on my own board, I'm trying to pop around to my friends' boards and use some pins from their boards today. And since today is also a Stash Bash Palooza day, I thought I would use one of Christina's pins. And I found this, and I just loved it. Now, my original idea was to actually make a large tag, my layout, and then just mount it maybe on a 12 by 12. You're going to see we went a little bit of a different route, but I love this layout. So there we go. This is my layout for today. I had so much fun making this. I just relaxed. It was during the heat wave last weekend. Everything was closed up. I had the fans and the air conditioning going. I just tuned out to everything, and I just played. So the first thing I did, which was still having my idea of making a large tag, because I do have these scrapbook.com dies for very, very large tags, but quite frankly, you could do this by hand, as I did do the blue one. But so the first thing I did is I got some white cardstock, just my basic white cardstock out, and I used the packaging technique all over the white cardstock. I used Heidi Swap in teal, colorings in Oh Can You See, which is one of my absolute favorite colors, and then Mama Sings the Blues to give a little bit of depth and a darker coloring. I started with these two and the Heidi Ho blue, but the Heidi Ho blue was really very similar to the teal, in fact, surprisingly, with just a touch of more sky into it than the turquoise color. So I went back and I got the Mama Sings the Blues, and it gave me really that nice dark punch. So here you can see a little bit the Oh Say Can You See, Mama Sings the Blues, and the teal, and then where everything mixes up together. So I did the packaging technique. Then I went in and I got this lovely floral stencil, florals being part of my July focus, and the Vicky Bouton iridescent glaze, and you can see that here. And I just went in a few spots. Unfortunately, there's a beautiful spot here which I covered up, but you can see here and here. Let me see if I'm holding that right. Hopefully I am. So I got some iridescent glaze on there, and I sort of let that dry. And then I went back with just white regular embossing paste. I used the light embossing paste from Golden, and the Tim Holtz bubble stencil, which you can see here as well. So that gave me, and it actually gave me almost 3 layers at some areas because it overlapped a little bit the iridescent glaze and then partially just went on to the cardstock and the packaging technique, or even onto the white portions of the cardstock. So I let all of that dry beautifully and perfectly, and then I went in with a navy, not a black, but a navy ink and a text stamp that I had, which is just gibberish. There really isn't. It's a very small, it's one of those small Prima stamps that Christina had sent to me. And I stamped willy-nilly, just a little bit everywhere over that background. And it gave me, and you see, this all comes from here. Now, I did maybe a little bit more texture paste. This here seems to be more watercolor and stamping and splatters, but I really, really wanted to bring in that texture paste. So I did, and I did the stamping, and then I let all of that dry while I was still trying to figure out exactly where I was going to go. And then I just have this beautiful, beautiful photo of the Alps while I was in Switzerland. And you know, we've been talking about sometimes having those lovely pages in your album where your eye just rests, and it's just something beautiful to look at. Mind you, now that I'm looking at this, I might just frame this and put it in my scrap space. I do have some shadow boxes, and I do have some frames with some of my layouts, so I might actually do that with this. We're going to see. So I got this beautiful photo, I cropped it down to 4x4, and I matted it using paper from my How to Kill a Kit with Style from July. This first layer here is just a light blue cardstock, and I put a lovely vellum piece that was in my kit on top of it, exactly the same size, so really just to give that effect. And this gorgeous paper that was in my kit, which I gave it a wider mat, and then I just put that on a doily, and I let all of that sit on my desk for a while, and I said, okay, so now where am I going to go with this? Because quite frankly, I didn't find that the largest tag was going to be large enough for a layout. I could have just, I suppose, cut down the 2 corners of an 8.5 by 11 and make it like a large tag, but I hadn't, you know, gone all the way over into the corners with the mixed media. So, you know, not sure. So I had this cluster, I had that sitting on my desk, and I went into my stash and got that lovely swirly die of mine from here, and I cut a few of those. I cut a couple in the vellum as well, but it really just disappeared on the background. Cut a few of those, and then I said, there you go. I just cut the background out, go for it. As a large tag, matted it on a navy background, which I cut out by hand then to make it a little bit bigger. Went into my stash, not my stash, into my kit, used this gorgeous paper. It was one of the 12 by 12s that was in there, so it was one of the inspiration pieces for Christy and Daisy when they did their series. Cut that down, and then just put these on, and I thought, oh, I do like that, but it was a little too stark. So I just went in with the sprays. I did not use the, oh, can you see? Here I went in with the teal, just with the teal and the Mama Sings the Blue, and I sprayed. In this case, I just sprayed that background a little bit, and then it all came together. I just put that there, and it really needed very little else. I put a flare to be the top of my tag. I took just a few little stickers from the sticker sheet that was in my kit. Unforgettable moment, amazing, and wow. And that's all that this needed, and I love this. So that is my day 11 for Off the Board. So if you are scrapping today, Here's your challenge. Go get a pin. Use it. Tag me. Tag Crystal. Tag anybody who is listed down below for today. And I will be back tomorrow with day 12 and with 30 days of sketches revisited. Bye for now.